that I thought the line was crossed last night with Lonzo Ball. I thought he looked gassed. I thought he was resting on the floor. He's played the second most minutes. I totally understand the Lakers embracing it. Could I make the argument this morning that it's just time? You've seen what you need to see. This is scrubs. Let's pull him out of the summer league.
I didn't have a problem with it. Honestly, I mean, I thought he looked good. Obviously, he had another triple-double. And I think the things that you're seeing from him are things that will translate to the NBA. So you're right. I mean, obviously, this is an NBA talent. But I'm not looking at it like, oh, he's not going to be able to do this against superior players. I don't expect him to put up these types of numbers right away. But his passing, his vision, even defensively, look, he's not going to be able to stay in front of anybody. He can't right now.
He can't stay in front of these guys.
No, and he can't get over the screens. But he is a very good kind of roamer. You know, he's got good instincts. He's getting all these steals by kind of roaming and, you know, just getting in passing lanes and things like that, being disruptive. So his defense hasn't been bad from that standpoint. But I like what he's doing is setting a tone for this team because they're a young team. I know Brandon Ingram isn't playing, but a lot of these guys will be playing with him, or at least some of them, and he's setting a tone because you can see how everybody's making the extra pass.
Yes.
Now. You know, I mean,
he's a culture changer.
Oh, yes, and I think it's beginning right here. So, no, I don't really have a problem with it. He already sat out one game, and when he did, he got crushed for it. Everybody thought he was ducking De'Aaron Fox. So you can't win or lose if you're in his position.
Okay, so Lonzo, his dad put him in that big baller brand shoe, and now he has worn 3 different shoes in 3 different games. Is that a shot at his dad?
I mean, look, no, I don't think so. I think there are a few possibilities. Number one, that this is marketing, and he's going to sign a deal with one of the big 3, Nike, Adidas, or Under Armour.
So he's basically dangling this out there. Look at the kind of attention. By the way,
exactly, like you just
we're reporting it this morning that he wore Adidas.
It. How many times have you seen a player's shoes like that on the screen? In a game, I haven't even seen that with LeBron's. You know, and so they can go to Nike and say, look, they zeroed in on his shoes. You need to sign us. And look, if he goes to Nike at the beginning of the next season or Adidas or whoever, they will do the same thing in his first televised game because people will say, wow, he left big baller. He never did that. Look at what he's wearing now. And so it could be great marketing on their part. Number 2, they don't have the shoes manufactured. You know, people pre-ordered. So they still have to make them. They were going to get them in November. Maybe he went to Vegas with 1 or 2 pair. 3 pair, and he wore them out because usually they wear a pair of shoes 1 or 2 games max.
Chris, if I was the CEO of Nike or Adidas, and I was watching the summer league, you got to be kidding me. I don't know what they paid for Ben Simmons last year. I think it would be ridiculous to not sign Lonzo Ball to a shoe deal. Are you kidding me?
What type of because he got offered $10 million for 5 years from the 3
God,
companies.
I'd pay way more than that. I would pay $5 million a year. And I don't know the numbers, but listen, Ben Simmons was popular last year. In my career, 20 years of doing this, I have never spent any time in the summer league until last year, marginally. You going to tell me? Well, let's say ads for summer league cost $10,000, and they start talking shoes for a couple of different minutes. I mean, I look at all these.
He could have a deal. His shoes could be as popular as Kyrie's or right now.
I totally agree with that.
If I'm Nike,
Derrick Rose sold shoes and never played.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I think the other possibility is that the shoes just aren't that good, and they were messing up his feet, or he could tell when he played in them. I don't think so. We saw the shoes when they were here. They looked like they were decent quality.
Okay,
I wasn't that impressed with the way they looked, but as far as the quality, they looked like they would be okay. They'd hold up. But this could be magnificent marketing on LeVar's part. Whatever it is, I think it's an important step of independence for Lonzo. You know, I like the fact that because even when he was asked the first night, why didn't he wear the big baller brands? He said Mamba mentality. Like, that's an answer. If you were still trying to promote Big Baller, you would have said, I ran out of shoes, or, I just wanted a change, something. But he said Mamba mentality. That makes you think that this could be marketing.
We've seen so many stars leave places. LeBron to Cleveland, LeBron previously to Miami, Kevin Durant to Golden State, Shaq went to Orlando. The outrage and shock is done. In my opinion, shock and anger with car chases ended like 10, 15 years ago. It used to be if you saw a car chase on TV, it was like, what the hell? Now it's, we analyze it.
Yeah.
It used to be reality show behavior was shocking. Now we kind of look at it, go, wow, we analyze it. We have moved out of the shocked when players leave post KD. Gordon Hayward was, let's analyze it. In fact, you can argue that we wouldn't understand if Paul George didn't leave OKC. You wanted to go to L.A., Lonzo Ball's a passer, Russell's a shooter. Okay, you would not be shocked by that. You are not shocked by a car chase. I think we would analyze it, and a lot of people would go, no, his business is out there, Lonzo. Oh, I get it.
Well, I think several things. One, I think the reason we're no longer critical of these players is because LeBron, number one, in that incident, took all the heat. I mean, we know he got crushed. He took the heat. And then last summer when Kevin Durant did it, he got crushed as well. And now both players ended up winning championships.
It was the right move.
Yeah, and it looked like the right move. So now if Westbrook or Paul George or whoever goes to join a super team, it's not going to be criticized anymore. Gordon Hayward, I think, he's just not that level of player.
Fair.
And he went to a team that's not going to win a championship even with him. But if it's a Harden or, whoever makes this type of move.
The world's changed.
Yeah. We will no longer look down on that player.
I think LeBron knows that. LeBron didn't like to be the villain. I believe we've moved into the, oh, I get it, star moves, and now we analyze whether or not it's a good move. Now you talk to players. What do they think?
Well, there are a number of players that think he's going to go to L.A. Now, I talked to one recently who said that he definitely thinks that's going to happen.
And it's a good player.
He told me it's a very good player. It's a top player in the league. He told me he has no knowledge of this. He said, I haven't talked to LeBron about it. I have no knowledge about it. But I just think when I look at what's going on, I think that's going to happen. I don't think at this point that LeBron knows what he's going to do. I think, like you played in the clip, gives me my best chance to win, right? If he leaves Cleveland and your desire is to win, to beat Golden State, I think there's one place that's ahead of everywhere else, and it's not the Lakers. It's San Antonio.
Oh, don't say that.
It's San Antonio.
Oh.
The best coach in the league.
Oh.
Greg Popovich is winning 60-plus games with Dwayne Dedman as his center. With Aaron Baines getting big minutes. With Patty Mills being a huge rotation player.
Patty Mills is a cheap shot. Not on this show.
I like Patty Mills, but look at how he has done so well with just players that elsewhere we're not able to do what you put LeBron with him. He's given LeBron more trouble than any coach.
Okay, that's all fine.
In his career.
Listen to how casual Fran Fraschilla was last night in the summer.
Yeah, I heard Fran.
Now listen to this. Listen how casual this conversation is. It is not outrage.
It's going to be hard for Paul George and LeBron James not to end up with the Lakers. Wow. I just think it's going to be. I think I would put odds on that happening as opposed to not happening.
Look at that.
He always seems to be a free agent even when he's not.
Okay, I'm not
because he's good timing.
But
yeah,
He did say, he said it like it's happening.
He said it casually.
I will say this, and look, like I said, I firmly believe, talking to a lot of people around this situation, LeBron doesn't know what he's going to do yet.
I agree with you.
Okay. I'm not ruling out the possibility of him leaving. However, I'll say, and Fran probably, I'm assuming what sparked him to say that he's in Las Vegas, all the executives and the scouts and the coaches are there. Around the league, a lot of people do think he's going.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Just as many people, if not more, thought Russell Westbrook was going to the Lakers and then maybe, if not the Lakers, the Knicks. You couldn't find anyone outside of maybe Oklahoma City who thought Russ would stay there. So I'm saying league scuttlebutt is not always correct. It's just guys going off feelings. Because LeBron, LeBron's camp is very tight. And when he left Cleveland, when he left Miami, nobody had a clue until a day or two before. And so it's hard for me to believe that all of a sudden, a year out, his business is all in the streets.
No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, the shock equals anger phase is gone in the NBA. We have moved into let's analyze the move. And if Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball and this new Laker team is interesting, and you get Paul and LeBron, I simply think he's going to consider it. And he understands going in now. The venom is over. For NBA players, the venom of leaving. KD changed the rules. After KD won, it's like, okay, you guys are dumb not to go. Okay, let's shift gears. Couple minutes left. You are a boxing guy. You know the sport really well. I don't think McGregor wins a round. I think he's a loudmouth. I think that he has basically signed a prenup, getting nothing in return except cash. That's what desperate people do. I thought it reached a tipping point yesterday where it was too vulgar. What's your takeaway on this?
Well, first of all, just seeing it again makes me feel a little bit scummy. I mean, you're starting to get that feel like
it's gross.
We've never seen anything in mainstream American sports like this. And I hope we never see anything again like this because, like you said, I grew up a huge boxing fan. 10, 11, 12 years old, I'm always into Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Ali. I would have wanted to watch these promotions as a kid, but I wouldn't let my son watch this. I know they hear it at school and even in the music now, but this has just gone way too far. And as far as McGregor selling out, I don't think he's sold out. I think he really thinks he can win. I think McGregor is coming at this like, in a real fight, in the octagon, I would destroy Floyd Mayweather, and he would.
Yes.
So he's thinking, I'm just going to bum rush him in the ring. But the problem is that when you get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, it's unlike anything you've ever experienced. It's certainly him.
Listen,
McGregor.
The other day you saw Floyd's dad?
Yeah.
Okay, tell the story.
His dad, Floyd Sr., was, of course, here, and he did Undisputed and The Herd. And we were in a dressing room, and I just went in there to meet him and say hello. And he started shadow boxing at, 65, 60 years old? I don't know how old he is. But he was lightning fast. I mean, I could not believe how quickly he was moving his hands. And I was like, imagine how fast Floyd Jr. is.
But if bum rushing works Floyd, why isn't everybody doing it?
Exactly. Two things. One, I think he hit, even though he's not a knockout artist, he hits hard enough to keep you at bay.
Of course.
Where you're not just going to run in there and just get all up on him. Number two, his reactions throw you off. Robert Guerrero, he was saying in a recent article, he fought Floyd, and he said when you get in the ring with him, he's so quick that your game plan just goes right out the window.
It's jarring.
Yeah, because you can't hit him, and he hits you 2 or 3 times before you can get off your punch.